Some winters on the frontier carried more warmth than the fire itself. In 1885, as a storm settled deep across the prairie, two people who had weathered a lifetime together would soon learn that kindness, once planted, blooms again, even in the coldest season. On a cold winter night, Donna and Stonebreaker sat close to the fire, wrapped in what warmth the last cottonwood logs could offer. The wind pressed against the shutters as if searching for cracks, and snow lay heavy along the doorframe. Their strength had faded with the seasons. They could no longer fetch wood or brave the drifts that piled high outside. They weren't sure if Christmas had come or gone, only that winter held the world quiet and uncertain. Yet even in the dim flicker of the fire, Donna felt grateful to sit beside the man she had loved for so long. She leaned gently into his shoulder. "Do you ever think about that winter when we first met?" she asked softly. "All of the time," Stonebreaker answered. His English was steady, clear, dignified. "That night changed my life." Donna smiled, remembering how she'd been cast out of town in another storm years ago, frightened and alone. Fate drove her to Stonebreaker's lonely cabin, where he lived quietly by choice. They rebuilt his ranch together, season after season, until partnership became something deeper. Now, older and more fragile, they sat sharing memories of the years between, years few knew. A sudden sound outside broke the quiet. Donna straightened. "Stonebreaker, did you hear that?" Another soft, deliberate thump came, too steady to be wind or animals. Stonebreaker rose and opened the door. Lanterns bobbed through the falling snow, warm gold lights carried by familiar hands. People approached through the night, neighbors, old friends. Folks Donna and Stonebreaker had helped across the years. Mary, kind and steadfast in faith, who had raised her children alone. Bud, the hard-working ranch hand built of grit and honesty. Kay, cheerful and bright, carrying warmth in her smile. Billy, sharp-witted, funny, with the calm confidence of a man who had survived a war. Jane, quiet and gentle, kindness softening every word. Behind them came a sled bearing a decorated pine tree, tin stars sparkling in the lantern glow. A wagon full of firewood followed. Baskets of food were carried forward. Warm bread, smoked ham, preserved vegetables, blankets, and sweet cider. Mary stepped forward first. "We couldn't let Christmas pass without checking on you," she said. "You've been good to so many." Inside, the cabin filled with light and voices. The tree was placed near the hearth. Food covered the table. Blankets and logs were stacked where they were needed most. People filled their plates and gathered around the couple. Then Mary spoke, her hands folded gently. Looking at Stonebreaker, she said, "I'll never forget the night you saved my horse, Daisy. The river was rising and she panicked. I chased her, but the mud trapped her legs. You ran into the water and talked to her, calm as anything. You brought her out, and you brought me back too. I knew God had sent help at the right moment and that I haven't been alone at all." Bud leaned forward next. "Found a tin box once," he said, "buried near that cottonwood stump, heavy with silver coins. Could have kept it, but I brought it to Stonebreaker. He said, 'This belongs to someone.'" We rode half the county trying to find the family. Turned out a wagon had broken down and the box had been lost. They had a mess of kids and were really grateful to have it returned. He wouldn't take a dime when they offered. He shook his head. "Hardest working man I ever knew, and the most honest." Billy chuckled as he pointed to the wooden sunburst above the mantel. "You see that carving? We told you the town bought it as a gift, thankful to you for administering all of the care when all the folks were sick with fever. Truth is, a traveler carved it after Stonebreaker saved his boy from freezing on the trail. We just delivered it. Figured the meaning mattered more than the tale." Kay smiled softly. Donna, you once brought biscuits every morning to a boy living by the river after his mother died. You taught him his letters when he thought he wasn't worth anyone's time. He grew up to be a school teacher. He says your kindness changed his life. Jane stepped close, her voice barely above a whisper. You saved my daughter. You sat with her through the fever. I'll never forget hearing her breathe steady again. Quilts were spread across the floor. Children slept near the fire. Adults wrapped themselves in blankets. Billy told stories that made the little ones laugh until their eyes closed and the fire settled low. Bud stacked enough wood to last until spring. Jane warmed cider. Kay hummed as she arranged blankets. Late into the night, as the storm deepened, Carl lingered near the doorway, a respectful, uncertain young man with hope in his eyes. Sir, he said quietly, before we turn in, I'd like to ask something. Stonebreaker waited. I'd like to stay through winter at least, help around the place, learn your knife work. I don't know much, but I want to learn the right way, if you'll teach me. Donna looked to Stonebreaker with quiet approval. Stonebreaker rested a steady hand on Carl's shoulder. You're welcome here. We'll begin in the morning. Carl breathed out in gratitude. By dawn, the storm had passed. Pale sunlight spread across the snow. Everyone rose from their pallets, stretching, warming their hands at the fire. They shared breakfast from the food they'd brought, leaving every gift behind. One by one, the neighbors hugged Donna and Stonebreaker and stepped into the calm, bright morning. Donna leaned into Stonebreaker as they watched them go. Kindness always finds its way home, she whispered. Stonebreaker wrapped an arm around her. It does, he said, every time. And so the winter of 1885, cold as it was, warmed two weary hearts. On the frontier, a single act of kindness could travel miles, touch lives, and return home again, carried on the very people it once helped. Such was the way of Donna, Stonebreaker, and the quiet miracle of that Christmas night.